In Kenya, at least one person has died and 15 others have been rescued from the building that collapsed at around dawn in the coastal town of Malindi. The 8-story building collapsed on several nearby residential houses and a petrol station. Even though the 8-story building was under construction, residents say there were people who lived in the lower floors. Spokesperson for the Red Cross, Hassan Musa, says the search continues for more people while trying to avoid further disaster, bearing in mind there are explosive substances at the petrol station. Joining us now to discuss more on this is George Orido, a Kenyan communications specialist. Thanks for joining us on the program, George.
Thank you.
What more can you tell us about the building collapse? What's the situation in the area now?
Well, the situation is such that rescuers are trying to get out of the rubble because there's fears that there's some more people might be trapped in. One person already died. It's happened near a petrol station that's very dangerous and very risky with the rescue efforts that's going on right now in that coastal city of Malindi. It is just a few kilometers up the coast of the second largest city, Mombasa.
What are the rescue officials doing to avoid an even bigger disaster as there are explosive substances at the petrol station?
Well, the situation is bad. This is not the first time we're having such kind of occurrences. There have been throughout the country substandard raising of buildings and structures, given the huge population that is demanding for residential, houses. And we have had a problem with unscrupulous city planners working with unscrupulous architects to allow illegal structures that do not conform to the standard set. And that's the reason why we've had this kind of thing happening again.
George, this collapse, it seems, questions the integrity of the building that we understand was still under construction. Is anyone likely to face sanctions for this tragedy?
Yeah, it's true that we've had problems with those kind of structures. It was still under construction. If you look at that particular place in Malindi where that story was coming up, there are very few stories that go to the level that it has gone, which means probably that those who are building the structure, including the owner, were too ambitious, and there's no question that they went against the established rules of putting up those things. And also, there are very clear regulations on where no petrol station should be put, and that's not allowed to be the nearest residential places.
Okay, what is the government doing to avoid a reoccurrence of this disaster?
Well, the government will always say they're doing something. There are very good regulations, there are very good laws. Many times, whenever this kind of thing happens, they promise that they're going to deal with officials, with owners of the structures. They make plastic arrests. No cases are ever really pressed in our courts. So it gives a very bad, example that you can get away with, without conforming to the law and to the standards so established. So it's a sad situation. It's a desperate situation for Kenya.
George Orido, thank you for giving us an update on that story.